Perfect. 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 Ah. The Philadelphia Eagles fall to the New York stinking Giants by a score of 27-17. The Eagles fall to 3-5-1 and still somehow at this current time sit atop the NFC worst division I've ever seen in my entire life. When it comes down to it, doesn't matter. I don't even know. This is a bad football team. We'll start off with that because everybody's getting a share of the pie tonight. I'm not even going to get that mad because it doesn't. Is it basketball season yet? Are the Sixers coming on? I can't take it anymore. I mean, oh my gosh, man. It's not that hard. I could coach this football team. It's not a hard thing to do. But Doug Pederson doesn't have the competence. Jim Schwartz doesn't have the competence. If you saw on my title, Doug or Jim must be on the hot seat. There is no more excuses. None. How do we want to try to find a way around this one? We suck. Oh, gosh. The Eagles fall again, 27-17. Welcome in to Eagles Postgame Live, RB, Philly Take with RB. And we're going to keep it real simple today. We're going to tell it straightforward how it is, man. Carson Wentz isn't playing good enough. He doesn't have enough protection. The O-line was absolutely sliced today. They were sliced. All right? Guys making key drops. Fulgham makes a big drop. Sanders makes a big drop. This guy makes a big drop. All right? Doug Pederson, we'll talk about him last. Jim Schwartz, look, it's either Jim Schwartz coaches a flawless game or he looks absolutely terrible. Terrible. What? Why is Jim Schwartz so inconsistent? Is it that hard? I saw the number of blitzes that I saw today. I could probably count on one hand. You just played this guy 3 weeks ago, and you don't send pressure? I mean, come on, Jim. Our linebackers were bad. Nathan Gary wasn't even in this game, and our linebackers were terrible. Our defense was bad. I saw Maddox get beat deep. I saw Roby Coleman get beat deep back to back. I saw Slay get beat deep when it mattered most. It is ridiculous. And now Doug Pederson. Doug Pederson, I got a word for you, buddy. Give it up. Give it up. You cannot call plays to save your life. You're not good. You're a good head coach in terms of getting guys riled up, but you're not a play caller. It is so transparent that Doug Pederson needs to give it up. I mean, do you want to go through everything? I mean, I'm seeing screens on 3rd and 10. I'm seeing bombs from our own 5-yard line, 50 yards plus. Miles Sanders starts off this game. What was it? 3 carries for like 37 yards? Because I write all this stuff down. 3 carries, 25 yards, ended up having like 40 or 50 yards in the second quarter. 6 carries, go away from him. Every time Miles Sanders touched the ball this game, he had 4 to 5 yards. I mean, he was on fire. And we go away from him when it matters most. All right? Boston Scott, 65-yard touchdown. I don't care if he stepped out or not. It got ruled a touchdown. He goes for 65 yards, and he doesn't touch the ball again. 3 carries, 65 yards. How does it make sense? And it's like, why do I even care? It's like, why? It's ridiculous. Our leading receiver is Richard Rodgers with 4 catches and 60 yards, and he wasn't even planning to take a snap this game. All right, Alshon Jeffrey stinks. He gets 1 target. 1 target you bring this guy in for. The first play of the game. Wentz overthrows him. That's another. We'll talk about Wentz in a second. He overthrows Alshon. All right. Don't see him again. I mean, look, we got to tell how it is, man. I'm not one of these people that want to come out here and lose and I want to see my team do bad. No. But when you deserve to lose, you deserve to lose. And we played today like we deserve to lose. And it never stops. It never stops. I mean, it's not that hard. Greg Ward, 40 yards. Rieger, 47. But nobody got into their flow, man. Travis had 1 catch for 8 yards and drops the biggest play of the game. That is not what winning teams do. And again, on both sides of the ball, the main issue today was the trenches. The trenches. No protection. No protection. I mean, every play this man Carson Wentz was under duress the entire game. From the first quarter was great. Sua Opeta was in. Matt Pryor was in. I thought Nate Herbig was going to play. I didn't see him. And our O-line got torched. They got torched. Carson Wentz, every time the dude dropped back, he didn't even have time to look up. And yes, he did miss some throws. And Wentz is still not playing good football. But how is he going to throw with so much duress? But I mean, oh my gosh, like every part of this team is just not playing up to standards. And the one thing, actually, before I say that, do you guys know that the Eagles went 0 for 9 on 3rd down? That has not happened since 2004. 0 for 9 on 3rd down. Keep in mind, we had 17 points. Keep in mind, our defense didn't cause any turnovers. Keep in mind that this Eagles team was just basically converting on 1st and 2nd downs. No turnovers for this. I mean, Carson Wentz and Daniel Jones are turnover prone. No turnovers this game. And we couldn't convert a 3rd down. I mean, unbelievable. Unbelievable. 0 for 9 on 3rd down. I've never seen that in my life. I mean, it's unbelievable at this point, man. It makes me sick. I mean, it's not that hard. And then the other thing I'll say is that our defensive line, which we are predicated on, our D-line controls everything else. When our D-line plays good, we have a solid game. And guess what? Our D-line couldn't stop a run if it smacked them in the face. Wayne Gallman, 53 yards. Daniel Jones, leading rusher for the Giants, 64 yards. This guy, Daniel Jones, should have had 2 touchdowns. He had one on a read option, and then another one he should have ran in, and it got called back because of a holding. The Giants were trying to hand us this game. They were trying to shoot themselves in the foot, and we just gave it right to them. I mean, everything we did not do anything to win this game. Of course, we wanted to see the Carson Magic, but what did I say in my game preview? I said that the Eagles and the Wentz Magic train is not going to keep running. It's been like 5 weeks in a row. We can't just expect every week to be magical in the 4th quarter. No, the Giants are hungrier. They don't have as much talent as the Eagles, but they're hungrier. They've been keeping games close, and when you let a division team like that stay in the game, well, there's nothing you can do because they want it more. Look, Doug or Jim, one of them needs to be on the hot seat, soon. Honestly, I mean, the Giants haven't beat us since 2016, and this is a game that you should win. I mean, I was saying that this game, given the fact that everybody was coming back now, with the exception of a few, like now we have the weapons. We just had 2 weeks. To game plan, take a step back, look and see really what this team needed to do better. And what does Doug do? The same thing. And Jim Schwartz, like I said, Jim Schwartz is 1 week he's great, and the other week he's just bad. Situational football, not to be found. One thing that I will pick a bone with, and you can all fight me if you want. You can let me know what you think. I don't care what anybody says. Doug Pederson is simply an idiot for going for it. We just get a touchdown. Everybody comes firing out in the second half. And we score a touchdown, and all we need is an extra point to go down 3 points, right? At that time, you're like, all right, we're getting back into this. All you need is an extra point. And what happens? Doug Pederson tries to outsmart the world like he always does. He always tries to outsmart everybody. And he goes for 2. Why? Oh, we had the best win probability. I don't want to hear that, Doug. I don't want to hear that. Why do you go for 2 when you don't need to? Why do you call a screen on this situation when you don't need to? Why don't you run the ball when it's working? Why do you take the ball out of Boston Scott, who only gets 3 touches in this game, when he shows? I mean, Boston Scott is the Giants killer. I've been preaching this man's name all season. I still don't think he's gotten a fair shot, but guess what? When we played the Giants, Boston Scott showed up because he got the touches. The guy has shown up, and we don't give him the ball. I mean, it doesn't make sense. Sanders finishes 15 carries with 85 yards, but guess what? We got him out of his flow because he only had 7 in the first half when he was rolling. Oh for 9 on third down, man. I cannot, I write all this stuff down during the game because I like to reference it, but what do I even have to reference anymore? No pressure from Jim Schwartz. Defense gets exposed, playing soft all game, letting guys run down the field, letting Daniel Jones, of all people, sit comfortable, sit back, have a nice spa day in the pocket. He's relaxing. Darius Slayton was out of this game for a while. I think Golden Tate was banged up, and we do nothing. Freeman was out. Andrew Thomas is a turnstile, and the Giants' left guard is bad too, and he got injured. Unbelievable, man. This was the one game I literally said the Eagles would go over 30 now that we were healthy, now that we had time to prepare, and I was wrong. I'm never going to sit up here and say that I'm trying to make excuse when I'm wrong. I was wrong. Doug Pederson is not a play caller. Simple as that. He brings Jalen Hurts in for two plays. Jason Kelce was terrible, throws it in the dirt 3 times this game. And Jalen Hurts does nothing but get tackled in the backfield. It's ridiculous, man. There's so much we can talk about, but it's like, why just keep saying the same things, man? Daniel Jones, torching the Eagles. This is not a good football team. Oh my gosh, bro. Shout out to all 115 in the chat. If you guys could, please hit that like button for a miserable Eagles fan right now. Because, my gosh. It's like, I don't know what you guys think, but honestly, these Eagles games at this point are just boring. Like, they're just not fun to, like, it's so stale. It's like I can predict what we are going to do on a given play. I can tell what we should do, and then I can predict what we're going to do. I mean, this whole division is bad, but like at this point, like the Giants, they just play hungry. Like, I got to give them credit for it. At least they play hard. They play hard. Wow. I mean, all you had to do was win this game. Even though we're not a good team, we go back to even. We're 4-4-1, and we have a tough schedule coming up. That's the worst part. We're going, and here's the only piece of hope that I have, all right? The only piece. For some reason, the Eagles play up against competition. I don't know why it happens, but they just do. They just play up against competition. I'm not saying we're going to beat the Seahawks, the Packers, the Saints. But what I do know is for some reason, when we play terrible teams, we play terrible. And when we play good teams, we at least show some promise, right? That's all I got. That's real. I mean, that's all I got, man. Let's get some comments in here. I see we have a bunch of trolls in here, a bunch of Cowboys people. I don't know why the Cowboys fans are talking. They're terrible. I'll start it off with this. Embarrassing. Fire Doug. Trade Wentz. Awful. Oh, gosh, man. Nathan Rizzo, my guy. Shout out to the channel members. What's going on? Not a single third down conversion. Not one. If this doesn't have the writing on the wall that we need an OC, I don't know what will. Hey, bro, we've been saying it for weeks. We've been saying it for weeks. No offensive coordinator, no creativity, nothing. It's like Wentz is trying to play hero ball every play. This game, he had no protection. The O-line disappointed me by a long stretch. And they just got beat. And we just go away from what's working, man. Embarrassing. Does anyone think we're going to even compete, let alone win non-division games? I have no clue, man. It's pathetic at this point. Like, this whole division is bad. We suck. They ran the same play all game. Literally. We just gave up too many situational downs. Like, it's not that hard, Jim. 3rd and 5, leave them open, play 5 yards off. I mean, why? Terrible, man. Carson going hunting on a bye week says it all. Sup, RB? What is going on? Alshon, no help at all. Our D was garbage. Beat on the outside routes. Any team can attack on us. We can't do anything about it. I completely agree with you, JoJo. I completely agree. We are not a good football team. Something's got to get shuffled up. Something has to get changed. Because if we keep playing like this, I mean, we're already too predictable as it is. And it's week 10. We already got these aging vets. Like you said, Alshon, 1 target this game and was meaningless. And here we are, man. Here we are. The team is heading down a path of chaos. Doug, Wentz, Howie, Schwartz, even Lurie are all capable of sucking big ones. Oh my, I mean, there's an organizational issue. I've been saying this for weeks. We need an offensive coordinator. Did you guys see what the Bears head coach Matt Nagy did after they lost 3 straight? What did he do? He said, I'm not doing good enough. And he got an offensive coordinator. It's not that hard. But here's the problem, and I keep telling you guys this. Doug is too stubborn. He's going to come out. You guys are probably watching the post-game press conference when it comes on. I'm not watching it till later. But I know what he's going to say. He's going to come out here, oh, well, it gave us the best chance to win the game. We got to look at the tape, and it starts with me, but we got to do better. We'll look at the tape and we'll get these things fixed. No, Doug, it's too late to look at the tape and get it fixed. It's too late, Doug. Use your head. I mean, isn't it funny? The 1 2-point conversion that he actually converted, he finally comes out and doesn't call a read option for Carson Wentz. The one he finally converts. Handed to Sanders right up the gut. In. But then he gets 2. He's like, oh, well, I made that 2-point conversion, so let me try it again, even though we're down 4 points, even though we can kick an extra point and bring it to 3. And they'll ask him about that in the postgame, and I'm glad they will. And he's going to come out and say, well, at the time, based off the analytics, it was the best probability to win the game. No, Doug, I'm tired of the analytics. Use your head. Use your eyes. We are down 4. You bring it to within 3. Is it that complicated? Herbig finger injury, huge blow to the line. Herbig has been rock solid, and Opeta has been, oh my gosh. Philly 500 put his belt up to Pizzle. That is so sad. I can't believe it. We have not lost to this team since 2016, and they got the best of us. And the Giants could be on the way to winning the division. Can't believe I'm saying it. But they play hungry. I got to give Joe Judge credit. When they got hired, all I knew him as was a judge. That's all I knew him as. Because I'm like, who is this chump? And he's the best coach right now in the division. Crazy. It's really funny to me that these Cowboys fans are in here talking when they stink. Oh my gosh. No continuity, not going to win anything. Fired Doug. He's a middle of the rack quarterback and he's not $128 million. Yeah, I mean, I don't even know how to think anymore. I don't know how to think. Because I'm a Carson supporter. You see this right here? Carson is my guy. But I got to be honest. He's not playing good this year. He didn't even turn the ball over today, and we still lost. I think that if we just went out and won a game or lost a game convincingly, right? Like, say we play hard, we do the right things, we're just not good enough, that's fine with me. But we have this talent, and we don't use it right. What was it, a 4th and 10? Or no, the last drive that we needed to convert. We go 2nd and 10, Sanders, drop. 3rd and 10, Fulgham, drop. 4th and 10. I mean, he throws a floater up to Jalen Reagor, who's locked up by Bradbury, like a jump ball. Like, are you kidding me? Is that the right personnel for that play? No. I mean, we need an OC. We need an OC to handle play calling duties, new defensive coordinator, and quarterbacks coach. Couldn't agree more. Why go for 2? It makes no sense to the common person. 3-5-1, time to cut the cord on Wentz, play Jalen, and see what you have. Here's the thing with Jalen. We bring him in for 3 plays a game, and here's what pisses me off. You never throw it with the guy. He has 2 passes, and they're both for like 15 to 18 yards. They work. But when you come in and you either hand it off or let him run the read every time, the defense knows what's going to happen. Why even put Wentz out at wide receiver? It doesn't make sense. Carson Wentz, 21 for 37, 208 yards. I mean, it's pitiful. I mean, I can grill every part of this team. It's like it just keeps coming on. Like, the defense was so bad. That Daniel Jones run for 34 yards for the touchdown. I mean, everybody bites. Edwards didn't play that well. Singleton didn't play that. I mean, and another thing I want to talk about. No discipline. That is strictly on Doug. How many penalties did we have this game? It must have been over 10. 11 penalties for 74 yards. And you know what? They were penalties that didn't need to happen. A block in the back by Sean Bradley. A hands to the face when Jones is getting sacked. What the heck? Why? I mean, it's just little things. Little things add up. And before you could do the big things, you need to do the little things. And we can't do those. My God, I'm so excited for basketball, man. Doug's like Brett Brown 2.0 at the moment. Oh my gosh. I never thought it would be like this. I was so happy to get away from the Sixers season because I couldn't stand Brett. Now the Sixers have a structured organization and I'm ready to go back. Shout out to everyone in the chat. Look, I'm keeping it as real as I can today. I tried to give my take on it, right? There's still some things that are coming back to me, like the fact that the Giants had 111 rushing yards in the first half. How does that happen? Our D-line stunk. Barnett gets a sack on the first play of the game. I'm like, yes. We are going to get pressure. And Jim Schwartz plays back, just sits back and says, okay, we'll play the coverage. We don't need to press. We don't need to blitz. Even though he blitzed almost 33% of the time against Dallas and it worked, a young, inexperienced quarterback, no. I mean, if he's not blitzing against Daniel Jones, do you think he's going to blitz against Aaron Rodgers or Russell Wilson? They're going to tear us apart. Giants showed up and Eagles didn't. Eagles are a better team, but they just didn't do what they needed to do to win. You're right. Corners beat all game. And a lot of people saying in here that, oh, I'm making excuses. I'm not making any excuses. Every part of the football team is bad. They're bad. Wentz is not playing good enough by any means. But in addition to Wentz, Doug stinks. Today, our receivers drop balls that shouldn't be dropped. And yes, there is some in the dirt, but that's on Wentz. But no complimentary football, no running game to get us going. And when we do get it going, Miles Sanders was ecstatic today. The dude got literally like 5 yards every time he touched the ball. He even made Jason Kelsey even threw one into the dirt, and Miles Sanders picked it up and ran with it for 10 yards. I mean, this guy, anytime he gave him the ball today, he was on fire. And Boston Scott, again, the giant killer, and we don't, like, is it me? Do I overthink these things? Or am I just like I don't know if it's just me. Like, why don't we give Boston Scott more than 3 touches? Why? Is it me? Even the vets were not good today. Where was Brandon Graham? Fletch got hurt. Another thing, injuries. Goddard was hurt a little bit. It never stops. Cowboys have a 4-string quarterback. Oh, stop it. You fans are pathetic. Y'all were losing with Dak in. Every team in the division stinks. And y'all are the worst. Doug went for 2 when the score was 21-17. That is the worst. I can't wait to hear his excuse. But I already know what it's going to be. We had the best chance to win at the time. It was my decision. Well, you weren't confident, Doug. It took you 30 seconds as they're reviewing a play, and you're staring down at your play sheet, and you still don't know if you want to call it. I I don't know what else to say, man. Eagles had 4 drives in the first half. 4. Because you know what the Giants did? They ran it and they ran out the clock. And that's what you got to do. Christ. Alshon target overthrown by Wentz with only 5 snaps, and he's getting hate. Eagles fans clueless. He stinks. I don't know if he was even in the rest of the game. And if he wasn't, that's on Doug. Shout out to Cat on the Moon. Appreciate that donation a lot. Says, looking at the rest of the schedule, I only see 2 wins against the Cowboys and a washout at the end of the year. How many wins do the Eagles have left? Well, that is a great question. Let me pull up the schedule real quick. Because I was thinking about this during the game as they were talking about it, and I'm like, well, you know, we might not even beat anybody else outside of the division. I don't know. To be honest with you, like, I put us at 2, maybe 3, and possibly 4 wins, but probably around, I'd say 2 or 3 the rest of the year. We're not beating Seattle. We're not beating Green Bay. I mean, that's in Lambeau. The Saints, iffy. But again, we play up to this competition, but we just don't have a good football team right now. I think we'll beat the Browns, so I guess that's a 3rd one. Arizona's playing good, so who knows? We might not even beat Washington. I say 2 to 3 wins. We got a tough schedule. Let's see. Shout out to Asia Roberson, channel member. Appreciate you. Says, what up, RB? Sorry about the Eagles. I'm pumped right now. Keep your head up. Hey, respect to you. Good game. You guys played hard. You deserve it. You deserve it. Sean Fitzpatrick, if Lurie had balls, Pederson would be fired post-game. Something needs to change. He needs to sit down with Doug and say, you are getting an OC. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. And this is a great comment. Kyle Grover, shout out to you, man. Great comment. Just because you enjoy play calling doesn't mean you're good at it. Thank you, and thank you again. All we hear from Doug Pederson is, oh, I am the play caller because I like it. I enjoy it. No, you're not good. Wake up, Doug. If Doug would just come out post-game, if he would come out tomorrow morning and say, you know what? So-and-so is going to be calling the game. I mean, how many assistants did we get? Morningweg, Scangarello, all of them. But here's the problem. Doug thought we were keeping Mike Groh. There's an imbalance in the organization. And Doug doesn't want to give it up to one of these other guys because he's stubborn. He is stubborn. Cowboy fan, hate the analytics. Seems like Wentz is losing confidence trying to play hero ball. Needs to be smart. Doug is bad at calling games. Absolutely agree with you. Shout out to you for being objective, man. They both are bad right now. I mean, there's just no excuse to come out here off a bye week and lose this game. Jalen, your time is now. I'm out on Wentz. Hey, we keep pushing these buttons for a couple more weeks. I might be there too. Ridiculous. Why did Carson throw it 37 times when Sanders ripping off 8 yards of carry? Thank you, Sean. I don't know because I was screaming it at the TV from my house. But we don't know enough, Sean. We don't know enough. We're just the average fans. Look, I'll be honest with you. I don't know how other people are talking about this game. Any person that comes out and tries to excuse someone on this team today is wrong, because this team is not good right now. No rhythm to the offense. I'm the biggest Wentz advocate, but you can't lose this game. Didn't play bad, but the call again is terrible. Yeah, he didn't do anything extraordinaire to win the game. And I'm tired of it, man. It's like I'm running out of things to say because it's the same thing every week. And I just thought I wanted to give it one hope to say, off the bye week, maybe we come out here and finally put something together with our pieces healthy. But no, we don't. We don't. D-line's been terrible for the last 3 weeks. Great point. I agree. They can't even stop the run anymore. I don't get it. Get rid of Doug. Maybe clean house. This team has too much talent to be this bad. Yeah, and the thing about it is, like, look, you hear all these other teams, right? Like, all these pathetic Cowboys fans, all of them say, oh, I want to tank now. And that's not me. I have a winning nature. That is my mentality. I love to win. I love to see my team win. I don't want to throw a season away. That's not who I am. But it's just like the tires are just stuck in the mud at this point. And there's a few, like I see Madman up in the chat. I agree with him. There's some humble fans, but like there's the rest of them that turn from week to week, and it's all the teams in this division, Eagles included. Some of the fans say, let's tank. Then the next week, Wentz plays good. Let's win the division. No, I want to win the division because I want to get experience and I want my team to win and have a chance. But it's like, damn. Howie put this crappy roster. Howie is about to start getting on the hot seat too. Keeping vets. But again, I don't know what's going on. Who is favoring these vets? I feel like it's Doug Pederson, but I don't know. Maybe it is the ownership. Who knows anymore? When Wentz doesn't play like a hero, we lose. When he does, we lose. Oh, man. Jordan, Eagles are killing you. Get ready for NBA comeback. Hey, the Sixers are pushing all the right buttons. I don't want to jinx anything, but I'm very excited for the Sixers. I'm streaming the draft this week, and I can't wait to get back to that because they're right now. This is like every Sunday just coming on here, and it's just like it's the same thing. Nothing improves. It's so stale. We need a spark on this team. That is the best way I could put it. We need a spark. Cowboys will win. Our team is coming together. You don't believe that if I told you it 10 times and told you to believe it. Stop it. I mean, it's people like you that are just ridiculous, man. Where was Alshon Jeffrey? I don't know. We're a better team than this. We're better than our record indicates. We're just too predictable. I absolutely agree with you, JoJo. I agree, bro. It's ridiculous. Cowboys fan here, we feel your pain. We're all awful, the whole NFC East. Shout out to you, Jeremy. Yeah, bro. This whole division is bad. I mean, this whole division is bad, bro. Eagles, Cowboys, Washington, Giants, we're all bad. And like after last year, I never thought in a million years that there would be a chance for this division to be worse than last year. But it's 10 times worse. Maybe it's just one of those out type of years. Maybe it's just one of those weird years with everything going on. I don't know, man. But, man, does this division reek. Oh, man. Appreciate the super chat, my guy. Don't forget they called gadget play to Jalen. Whatever. They're trying to justify a second-round pick. You guys have probably seen my reaction, right? Most of you. It is a terrible pick. The Eagles' draft picks don't pan out. Where's Davion Taylor? Nowhere to be found. Where is John Hightower? Not ready. Where is Sean Bradley? Getting a push in the back when he doesn't need to. Bad. 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 Ridiculous. Lost my spot in here. I don't even know, man. It's just like all these people. Philly handed us the game with the penalties, stupid calls. Giants, well-deserved. Let's go. Hey, y'all deserve it, man. That's a good win for the Giants. Jeremy Brantlett, appreciate the donation, my guy. Means a lot. Says, have a drink on me, buddy. Well, I think I'm going to have to, man. I think I'm going to have to because I can't take this anymore. It's just every Sunday. And I just try to keep having hope. I try to at least find a way to have optimism. But it's like when you do the same thing over and over. I'm a person where I don't like to look. If you try something else and it doesn't work, well, guess what? You tried something, right? You attempted to change. But when this guy comes out in every press conference and says, we will look at the tape and do better, and we don't do anything, man. It's like it's the same. And I know Eagles fans know exactly what I'm talking about. I mean, I'm just seeing the same thing. I'm trying to keep it as real as possible, man. I'm trying every way I can see this, man. But hey, Jeremy, shout out to you. I see you're a Cowboys fan, but at least you got some respect, man. Appreciate the super chat, my guy. I'm gonna need a few tonight. I'll tell you that. Lost my spot. Let's see. See all these trolls in here, man. I'm glad that I found some real Cowboys fans on YouTube, even though a lot of them are still delusional. But hey, man, this whole division is bad. And I've been saying this since week 3. Paid Alshon all that money. Oh, it's so bad. The only guy that we gave a contract to that is actually playing up to it is Brandon Graham. Honestly, in the last couple years. Should start Jalen Hurts. Keep telling you. Scott was too much for the Giants to handle, and they didn't have a solution. Bad idea to stop throwing him. Thank you. 3 touches. 3. And one of them goes for a 65-yard touchdown. It is common sense. And I feel like I don't even see any of these offensive assistants in Doug's ear anymore. I just see them like, I don't know. I don't even see anybody talk to Doug. I just see him there looking through his play sheet that's like 1 page long. And I feel like we call the same 8 to 10 plays every game. Now you know how we feel every year. Stop complaining. We've had it worse. I don't care. I'm going to come out here, and if my team's playing well, I'm going to tell it how it is. And if my team's playing bad, I'm going to tell it how it is. You don't like it? Don't be here. I'm telling the truth. People want the truth. I tell the truth. I'm sorry, man. And thank you for beating Washington. I really appreciate that. Because they stink too. I look down, it's like 24-3, and they come all the way back. I'm like, oh my gosh. We suck, just not on the field as an entire organization. Say it again. Say it again, baby. Eagles got one of the toughest schedules in the league. I mean, it's getting bad. It bears to be a Cowboys fan with all the trolls in the chat making us look bad. Us Cowboys fans can't gloat when we're 2-7. Thank you, Madman. Appreciate it. We all stink. We all stink. Nitro Freak. Shout out to Nitro Freak. Appreciate you coming in. Appreciate the super chat, my guy. Says, I don't want this team going to the playoffs. Sorry. Hey, if you guys don't know Nitro Freak, hey, I'm trying to keep it as real as possible. Nitro Freak tells it how it is as well. And I respect him for that. And you know what, Nitro? At this point, I'm almost leaning in your direction. But look, I'm just a competitive guy. You know what I mean? I don't want to see my team just give up on the rest of the season. But it's almost like when I see the same things every week, it's just like, where do we go from here? Where? I mean, anything can happen in the National Football League on a given night, but with the coaching, the way that this coaching has been and is and will continue, unless something is changed, we're not going to fend in the playoffs. So I agree with you, Nitro. Appreciate you, my guy. And I'm sure I'll definitely be watching your thing if you did anything as well, because I need to hear other people tell it how it is. I mean, damn, I mean, it's not that hard, Doug. We're going to be up on here for 15 more minutes. I don't have much more to say. I'm taking questions, comments, whatever from the chat. Shout out to all 130 up in here still. If you guys have not yet, please hit the like button. Subscribe if you want the truth. If you don't want it, then don't. And hit the notification bell. That's all I got, man. Hit that like button. Let's get it to a hundo. For a miserable Eagles fan. Because I got nothing else left except the Sixers, which I'm excited about, baby. It's like every night I'm like telling myself the Sixers are coming on soon. They're pushing all the right buttons. Just hang in there a few more days. Just hang in. Brad says our team is softer than cotton candy on all three levels and the play callers don't have common sense. I can't even add anything to that. That is executed flawlessly. The Eagles need to take a page out of that because you executed that saying flawlessly, and we can't even do it on the field. We play like we had a change in coaching staff. Doug is terrible. Doug just overthinks. If you guys, I'm trying to read the comments here. If you guys have an opinion as to why Doug should have gone for 2, down 4, please let me know. Because I can't think of anything. Are you telling me Doug went for it so that we could be down 2 so that we could eventually kick a field goal? Like, come on, man. Come on. Stop it. Brian Baldinger for OC and Dan Orlovsky. I would love Orlovsky. Baldinger, maybe. Some of his breakdowns are pretty accurate, though. I can't even lie. Van Durant, Doug P is a horrible play caller when it comes to situational calling, and his calling is predictable. There's no other way to put it. I mean, if we can see this as Eagles fans, what are the people on the inside telling him? Please tell me. I mean, what do you guys think is a typical week for the Eagles? Did they even look at the tape? It's like every week we find a way to mess something up. The other weeks we go for 2 and we do a read option. This time we go for 2 when we shouldn't. I mean, it just doesn't stop. Every facet of this team today was subpar. Honestly. Miles Sanders and Boston Scott played well for what they were given. That's the only positive I can look at. The D-line was bad. The linebackers were bad. The corners were bad. Schwartz was bad. Doug was bad. Wentz was bad. Protection, nowhere to be found. And I still can't get over this fact that the Eagles were 0 for 9 on 3rd down. First time since 2004. Unbelievable. 47 yards for Shepard, 44 for Tate, 93 for Slayton. Each team with 3 sacks, but yet we were under pressure the entire day. Jones had a field day. I think he started this game like 15 for like 18, if I'm not mistaken. And no quarterback threw a touchdown or an interception. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? Wow. It's ridiculous. Travis and Alshon at the bottom of the receivers list, and they were supposed to be our big dogs this game. I mean, it's ridiculous. Don't say we're going to go on a second half run. I got to keep it as real as possible. Like, until something changes, we're not doing anything. What's up, RB? Frustrating loss. Who knows who's going to win a division? Who knows, bro? I mean, every facet of the team. And look, there's no, like, until this something changes again, until Doug gets a play caller, it's not going to happen. Jim Schwartz, too inconsistent. And Carson Wentz isn't getting it done. But there's just too many holes on this team, man. It's ridiculous. Doug needs to give up the play calling. He thinks we have the same team from 17. Exactly. And I'm watching the Colts game on Thursday, and Frank Reich knows how to align his system to his personnel. But no, is that too complicated of a concept for Doug? Is it too complicated? Does it take too much brain power? Wentz has to study some film, get back to fundamentals, or sit down and let someone who wants to get better step up to the plate. Honestly, man. And we can't even get rid of the Wentz contract now. The inconsistency with the team is depressing. Exactly. And every game has to come down to the wire, whether we win or lose. And I'm tired of it. We can't. What have I said all year? We can't put together a full 4-quarter game. It's pathetic. When did we let it get this bad? When is Jeffrey Lurie going to say enough is enough? Exactly. There's no one's seeing eye to eye in this organization, man. Nobody. If Doug should have had an OC in week 3. Off topic, I'll watch your draft stream, more entertaining. Hey, appreciate that, my guy. It's going to be lit on Wednesday for the draft, man. I can't wait. I got to get – the Sixers are going to get me away from this team because I can't take it. You owe McNabb an apology. I never said anything bad about McNabb. Bottom line, the Eagles and front office management held on to that Super Bowl. Look, a lot of things got to go right for a Super Bowl, and we can't even do the little things. So how are we going to win games? Do you believe leadership is a problem? Is it coaching staff just making little mistakes? Man, I think it's a culmination of everything. Doug, Jim, Carson, Howie. It all starts in the offseason. We definitely did not put together as much talent as we needed, right? Look, how many times do I have to say? We could talk about now in hindsight, right? Like, oh, Jalen Hurts should be starting, blah, 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 whatever, right? But go back 5 months before Carson had this disastrous season. We had we could have picked a linebacker in the second round, but no, we were content with Nathan Gary and Duke Riley and Alex Singleton. Those are the guys that we were content with. We picked a linebacker in the third round, but where is he? Is he Casper the Friendly Ghost? Where is he? No. We could have picked a linebacker in the first round. We could have picked Patrick Queen. What about Kenneth Murray? No. We passed. And it's ridiculous. We didn't address the right positions. And now, when you have talent and you find diamonds in the rough like Travis, well, there is no leadership and accountability throughout the entire organization. Jeffrey Lurie hasn't stepped up and talked to Doug. Howie Roseman hasn't said a peep, and Doug and Wentz say the same things every week. The only guy I'll give credit that has taken accountability this year is Jim Schwartz. When he has a terrible game, he comes out the next week and he says, you know what, that was on me. So I'll give him credit for it. But at the end of the day, he can't get it done because he's not consistent. He doesn't. How do How in your right mind do you play Daniel Jones 3 weeks ago and send pressure and it works, and now you don't send pressure? I mean, do we try to outsmart ourselves or what? It's a combination of everything, my guy. And again, I said this in my preview. When you let a team hang on that is hungry and that has already played you and got a sense, well, guess what? The Giants deserved to win the game. We'll be on here for like 5-10 more minutes. Let me get to some of these comments, man. I mean, shout out to everybody up in here, man. There's a lot of comments in here. Appreciate everybody. By the way, I think we're like 20 subscribers away from 4K. I do appreciate everybody in the chat, man. So shout out to you guys. And we got a lot of fun things coming to the channel. But right now, I mean, there's no more defending, man. Disappointed in Slay's performance. I'm one of his biggest supporters, even when he was on the Lions. I love Slay. He didn't play that well, man. Shout out to Rick Bennett. Says, Carson Wentz pressure. It's frustrating to be where we're at. I hate losing. Where can I get better? We're going to learn from this. We just got beat. We've got to be better. Same old thing. Same old thing. Giants fan here. I'm surprised Pederson went for 2 twice. He shouldn't have gone for it the second time. Maybe even the first one, honestly. Wentz's definition of inconsistency this season. Run with Miles Sanders. I agree. Eagles have a future. Hope you guys sign them. Our division used to have the best back. Not sure who you're talking about, but you should do live streams during the game. Hey, we got some special things coming soon. Let me just say that, man. For the Sixers. Top to bottom, we need a reset. Sixers are 100 times better. I know, man. I can't wait. I'm so jittery every night. I'm just thinking about this draft and everything. I can't wait for the Sixers season. Hey, we're going to have some fun this year with the Sixers. Give me your final thoughts and comments on this game. I've said everything I need to. There's no defending at this point. There's nothing else we can say. It's just stale and boring, and something must be changed, or else we're going to keep doing the same things, right? We're just going to keep doing the same thing. So it's a battle between the Eagles and Phillies to see who's more pathetic, and this will go right down to the wire. Hey, man, I agree. It's crazy. I never thought I'd be banking my chips on the Sixers, but here we are. Don't forget Travis dropped that 4th down. Yeah, I said that, man. That last drive. Sanders drops it. Wentz throws it low. Fulgham drops it. Can't happen. And then what? And I hope Travis doesn't continue this on. I hope it wasn't a flash, but I think he's legit. And then we throw it up to Rieger on 4th down. Doesn't make sense. Who's more to blame for this loss, coaching or the players? Good question. Man, I don't know. It's sad that I can't really answer that. Like, both. But I feel like it... I don't know, man. We just didn't play hard. I really don't know. Truth is what we see every week. Tape doesn't lie. We blow. We have blown and will. I hear you. Felt the Eagles' pain when the Cowboys lost to the Steelers. Yeah, man. I mean, again, we play up. We scored 29 on the Steelers and 29 on the Ravens. And then we can't even muster anything. We can't muster 20 points on these teams, man. Team doesn't seem to care. Why should we? Exactly, bro. Why do I even care at this point? Why? Shout out to everyone. We got 80 likes in the chat. Let's get that to 100 if we can. We're about to be off out of here in a few. I'm just going to read some more comments. I've said everything I need to say. Give me your final outlook take on this game. Like, did the Eagles even have a chance going forward? Do we have a chance to win this division? Do you even want to? Let me know, man. Let me know, because I've talked enough. I'd rather hear from you guys. Imagine if I did a call-in show, like a post-game call-in. Man, they probably throw me off YouTube with some of the things people would say, man. Couldn't even force a fumble on Daniel Jones. Ridiculous. I think Doug went for it because he's always a ball caller on 2-point conversions, 4th down. He's doing it way too much. I think, like, bad caller, right? Yeah. He just doesn't stop. He just doesn't, like, he gets into his own head and he's like, oh, I can just keep doing this. And it's like, I don't get that. You go for 2 to get within 3, not to get within 2. Exactly. It's common sense. Common sense. Cowboys fans only. What's good, bro? Eagles fans are hardest in the NFL, but for some reason, y'all protect Wentz. I'm not protecting him, man. Did not play good enough, but again, he's not being helped as well. There's a lot wrong with this team. Sounds like excuses. No excuses here, man. If you go back and watch this when it's done, no excuses, man. We are not a good football team right now. I see no run anywhere but out the postseason. We're not hungry enough. I feel you, man. That's the one thing. When you have grit, when you have a goal and you play hard, anything can happen. But we're just not playing that way. So I'm done with Doug. Start Hurts, not talented, and him and Sanders would be nasty. A lot of people calling for Jalen, man. Miles will get in Wentz's face and he'll throw some picks next week. I hope the Sixers will make you happy. I hope so too, Jake. I hope so too, my guy. Definitely looking forward to your draft stream. I'll be tuning in. Shout out to everybody that's going to come out to the NBA draft stream on Wednesday. We'll be live for the whole draft. If you guys have not checked out my Eagles draft reactions, well, it's kind of how my channel kind of started getting popping a little bit. So, if you go to my channel, look at the most popular videos, you'll see, man. Like, I don't play when it comes to the draft. So this time it's going to be live. So we'll see how that goes. We'll see. If they go for the extra points, a 3-point game, Doug needs to stop. Exactly, man. He thinks way too hard about it. Giants, they were the better team. They were. I can't even lie anymore. Practice on Wednesday. Right home, I'm coming home to turn on your live stream and watching the draft. Yeah, I don't actually know what time the draft starts. I'm guessing 7 or 8. We'll probably be on there like at least a half hour before just to talk and everything. But I can't wait, man. It's going to be fun. That's the only thing giving me hope with Philly sports right now. You think Hurts' leadership and play could help the team? Look, I don't think it's going to help at all if Doug keeps calling plays. We need a new play caller. I might consider sitting Wentz for a game just to let him see. Like, I don't know. But I think first and foremost, I would want to see this offense with a different play caller. Way too predictable. I mean, the Giants can see what's coming. I can see what's coming. It's either a 50-yard bomb, it's either a drag route that's blown up into coverage, or Wentz overthrows someone, or a screen pass, or a run up the middle. That's really our playbook. Browns playing pressure Wentz with Miles and run out the clock. Couldn't stop a toddler today. I feel you. And I'm scared of that. I'm scared of Chubb and Hunt and all those guys, man. Cleveland, they got talent. Why not go with Hurts? I don't know. Because it's Doug. That's why. Why don't we pick tough guys? We have weak leaders. Yeah, that's a reason I wanted to keep Malcolm Jenkins, even though he wasn't playing that hard. Even though he's not playing that good this year, he always played hard, and we don't have that leader, man. Talk to you later. Phone's dying. Appreciate you, JoJo. Shout out to you, man. Might as well do an Eagles draft stream. Hey, people know a lot of these Cowboys trolls came in from my stream with or not my stream, but my reaction vids with the Eagles. So, hey, shout out to everyone. We are 11 subscribers away from 4,000 of them things, man. That's what's up, man. Almost to the big 4K. Shout out to you guys, man. Appreciate all the support. Here when we win, here when we lose, anytime, man. You already know. How many likes we got up in this thing? We got 84 likes. I love it, man. Shout out to everybody. Oh, man. Giants going to win the division. At this point, I mean, they're playing the hardest out of anyone. Robert James, you're entertaining as heck. Let me give you a subscribe. Appreciate that, Rob. Welcome to the chat, my dude. Carson, no more excuses. Stop with the we have to get better. Exactly. I don't want to hear it anymore. I'm going to go back and watch the post game and all that, but honestly, I'm probably going to turn it off because I don't want to hear it anymore. I don't. And for all the Sixers fans in here, I will be dropping some vids the next couple days. Get my mind off this Eagles team. It's ridiculous. Man, I missed Frank Reich and LeGarrette Blount. I feel you. Stale is a great word to describe. It's like bread and water every day. I feel you. I'm over this team. Front office down to the players. They need a complete overhaul. Yeah, it's looking like that if we keep this going. Honestly. Fire Doug named Deuce interim coach. It won't happen. There you go. 2 weeks to prepare. 2 weeks. And this is what we put out on the field. Anthony, great point. You know, we love them slot corners. They stink. Is it worth making the playoffs? At this point, I don't know. If we're not going to change anything up, we need to draft another QB and fire Doug and Jim. Honestly, one of them's got to go. If nothing has changed after this game, like, I'll be very surprised. Like, actually, I won't be surprised, but I'll be surprised, like, with the fact that we're going to allow this to continue as an organization. Like, Philly fans will let you know. We do not appreciate this. Not at all. Give credit where it's due. You should have seen this coming. I've been giving credit this entire hour. So I don't know if you just tuned in or whether you've been having one too many, but I've been giving credit this entire time. 2 weeks to prepare. Expect the same things after next season. Jeff won't change a thing till after next horrendous season. It's sad, Ernie. It's sad. But I'm going to read a few more of these, then we'll be out. Everybody, if you guys haven't yet, hit the like button. I do appreciate it. I think we're like 10 away. Helps like this little algorithm on YouTube push it out and lets other great fans come in here and talk. So I appreciate the competition in here. I appreciate the Eagles fans. End of the day, I'm just depressed by this team. So Eagles 0 for 9 on third down. Yeah, talked about that. You can't do that and win a game. Like, it's ridiculous. Coming from a Cowboys fan, you think that Carson and Doug will be on the Eagles in the future? I don't know. We got to see how this plays out. At least Winston have an interception this game. Got looking to brace. So I'll give him credit for throwing the ball away, even though he was under pressure all day. No heart, not hungry, so let the teams that want it win the division. I agree. Hate that Doug gets ignorant when you question his play calling. Thank you. I hate it so much. He gets so pissed off. He gets so irritated like, oh, you know, they're coming at me. They're questioning me. But when we win, he's on a high horse, right? Oh, I did this. I did that. No, Doug. No, it's time to change. Time to change. Division's the worst I've ever seen. Eagles playing soft. Damn right. LeGarrette Blount, Torian Alshon in his prime, and Frank Reich. Good times. Good times. See you at the draft. Get ready for Harden. Not happening, but I'm ready for the Sixers at this point. Morris rebirth. I don't know. Doug is far worse than Andy was when Jeff fired him. I absolutely agree with that. The leash is getting shorter and shorter at this point. Like, it's not Doug, it's Wentz. Good luck next game. Oh, man. When is the NBA draft? 7 p.m. There you go. So we'll probably be on there like 6:30. Brett leaves and Doug regresses. Philly sports in a nutshell. It's crazy. But hey, oh man, appreciate everybody. Bernard says, I don't want to hear we need to get better every week. We can't draft. Exactly. There's no, until something big is a big change is made, there's no getting better, man. Can't keep doing the same things, expecting different results. Doug is burned out. Oh, man. Been saying we need to just try to get the best draft pick we can. I don't even know at this point. It's just getting, like I said, it's very stale. But with that being said, again, Eagles lose 27-17, 3-5-1. No excuses to lose this game. Every part of the team was bad. Go away from what's working. And I just feel like I'm saying the same things at this point, and it's exhausting. It is exhausting, but shout out to everybody that came through. I think we still got 100 people here. We're like under 10 subs away from 4K, so appreciate everybody a lot. And yeah, let's get this stream to 100 likes. If you guys could hit that like on your way out, definitely appreciate that. We'll be back, later this week for Eagles preview, but next couple days is the Sixers, man. They got to revive my mental state right now because I'm ready. I'm ready for the Sixers. But hey, shout out to everybody. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. 98 likes. 2 people smashed that like button. Hey, appreciate you guys. With that being said, hope you guys have a great rest of your Sunday and a great week. I'm going to try to do the same. But let me just say this. Doug or Jim, one needs to be on a hot seat and things got to change. I'll leave it at that. You guys let me know what you think. That being said, appreciate you guys. RB, Philly Take with RB. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, ding the notification bell, and y'all have a great rest of the night, man. Peace.